Deep in the heart of a lush and vibrant forest, a young bamboo shoot stretched its tender green fingers toward the sky. It was small and fragile, barely a whisper among the towering trees that surrounded it. Yet, within its unassuming form lay a secret so profound that it could change the life of anyone who dared to listen. The bamboo shoot had been planted by an old gardener named Wei, a man whose face was marked with the lines of many seasons. Wei had a reputation for his wisdom, and his gardens were renowned for their beauty. But this particular patch of soil, where the bamboo sprouted, looked barren compared to his other flourishing gardens. The villagers often passed by and shook their heads, wondering why Wei wasted his time on such unremarkable ground. "Why do you bother with this bamboo?" a young villager named Lin asked one day, leaning against a nearby tree. "It's been months, and it's still just a shoot. You could plant something else, something useful," smiled gently, his eyes twinkling beneath his wide straw hat. "Ah, Lin," he said, "the bamboo teaches us lessons we cannot learn from other plants. You must be patient." Lin frowned, unimpressed. "Patience won't fill your belly or build a house. It seems to me that this bamboo is just slow and stubborn." Wei chuckled softly, but said no more. He simply continued his routine, watering the bamboo, tending to the soil, and whispering words of encouragement to the tiny shoot as if it could hear him. The seasons came and went. Rain fell in silver sheets, and the sun painted the forest in golden light. The bamboo remained unchanged, or so it seemed. Lin would pass by occasionally, shaking his head at Wei's persistence. Many of the villagers began to laugh behind Wei's back, calling him the foolish gardener. But Wei remained steadfast, caring for the bamboo as if it were the most precious plant in the entire forest. Then, in the 5th year, something extraordinary happened. One morning, Lin walked past the garden and froze in his tracks. The bamboo, which had remained so small for so long, had grown taller, much taller. By the end of the week, it had shot up even higher, reaching toward the heavens with an almost impossible speed. In just 6 weeks, the once insignificant shoot had transformed into a towering stalk, its green leaves rustling proudly in the breeze. Lin rushed to find Wei, who was calmly tending to another part of his garden. Waylin exclaimed, breathless, "The bamboo, it's grown. It's taller than all the other plants now. How? How is this possible?" Wei looked up with a serene smile. "Ah, so you've noticed. The bamboo's secret is revealed." Lin furrowed his brow. "Secret? What do you mean?" Wei knelt beside the towering bamboo, running his hands over its sturdy stalk. For 5 years, the bamboo appeared to do nothing. But during that time, it was growing roots deep, strong roots that could support its rapid growth. Without those roots, it would have collapsed the moment it began to rise. Patience, Lin. Patience and unseen effort are what make true growth possible. Lin stared at the bamboo, his mind turning over Wei's words. He thought of his own life, of the dreams he had abandoned, because they had taken too long to bear fruit. He thought of the times he had grown frustrated, giving up. Before he had given himself a chance to grow, Wei placed a hand on Lin's shoulder. "You see, Lin, the bamboo teaches us that progress isn't always visible. Sometimes the most important work happens beneath the surface, where no one can see. But if you remain patient and keep nurturing your dream, it will grow perhaps even taller than you ever imagined." Lin nodded slowly, his heart swelling with a newfound understanding. He thanked Wei and returned to the village, where he began to approach his life with a renewed sense of purpose. He worked tirelessly toward his goals, even when progress seemed invisible. And just like the bamboo, his efforts eventually bore fruit in ways he could never have anticipated. As for Wei, he continued to tend to his gardens, his quiet wisdom spreading through the village like the roots of the bamboo. And though the villagers still called him the foolish gardener on occasion, they began to visit his patch of soil more often, hoping to catch a glimpse of the bamboo's secret. In the end, the bamboo stood tall as a reminder to all who saw it. Growth takes time. Patience is the soil in which greatness is nurtured. For beneath every towering success lies an unseen foundation built one day, one moment at a time. And that is the bamboo's greatest gift.